Hey guys, it's Danny. Now we are back in full swing around here. Both of my kids are back to school. After school activities have begun, and there is very little that I value more than a delicious, nutritious dinner idea that is easy enough to make on a busy weeknight. So today I'm gonna share with you my clean and delicious roasted shrimp and green beans. So the first thing I do is start by preheating my oven to 425 degrees, and then I prep my shrimp and my green beans. Now, in the name of saving myself a little time, I like to buy the shrimp pre-cleaned and peeled already from the grocery store. Then all you have to do is pop the tail off if you want, or you could roast it with the tail on. Now, whenever I'm buying seafood, I always check out the Monterey Bay Seafood Watch website. They will help you make sustainable seafood choices if that's something that's important to you. So I will make sure to leave the link down in the description box below if that's something that you guys want to check out, because it's a great resource to have. They also have an app that you can get on your phone. So I've got 1 pound of medium to large shrimp here, and mine, they're cleaned and peeled, but they still have the tail on. They're really easy to take off. All you have to do is squish the little end of the tail and pull, and it slides right off. Then I like to pat them dry with some paper towels. Now, because we are going to be roasting the shrimp, you really want to make sure they're dry before you put them in the oven, because if you put them in there and they're wet, they're going to end up steaming and you're not going to get that delicious roasted flavor. Then I'm going to transfer that cleaned and dry shrimp to a bowl, and then I'll season it with a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, the zest from 1 lemon. That's where all those oils are, so you get lots of lemon flavor. Then I have a half a teaspoon of ground coriander. That is the seed from the cilantro plant, so it's really bright and fresh. And a half a teaspoon of ground cumin, which is a little bit more smoky and warm. Give it a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper, and then I'm gonna use my spoon and just stir that all together, making sure that the olive oil and the spices is coated all over the shrimp. So I've got 1 pound of green beans that I've already washed, so I'm just gonna line them up and then trim the stem side end off. Just that little tip, that's all you need to take off. Now again, if you wanted to save yourself some time, you can usually find them pre-stemmed at the grocery store, but they'll probably be a little bit more money. That's usually what it's gonna come down to, guys. A little more time or a little more money. You gotta decide which you have more of to spare. So I'll place my beans into the bowl, and then I'm just gonna season those with just a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil, and then a pinch of salt and some black pepper. And then again, gently toss this together, super easy. And then I'm just gonna lay them out on a rimmed baking sheet that I've sprayed with a little bit of cooking spray so nothing sticks. And you just wanna spread them out as much as you can. This tray is going into the oven for 10 minutes. After the 10 minutes, you're gonna take them out, shake them around a bit, make sure you move them around, and then you're gonna lay your shrimp out on top of the green beans, and this whole thing is going back in the oven for another 8 to 10 minutes or until those shrimp are just cooked through. Now, I love this meal because you've got a lean protein with a whole bunch of vegetable and a little bit of healthy fat. So on its own, it's a great, light, delicious meal. But if you wanted to add to it, you could serve it with a nice big salad, and then you'd be keeping the whole meal low carb. Or you could serve it with a smart carb, something like brown rice or quinoa. It all depends on what you like and what your personal goals are. Look at that, delish. It's light, it's fresh. You get the brightness of the lemon and the coriander, and then the smokiness of that cumin. And I love how the green beans and the shrimp all cook together perfectly. So everything is done exactly the way it needs to be. You guys have got to try this, and when you do, take a picture and then tag me on Instagram and on Facebook and let me see what you're whipping up in your own clean and delicious kitchens. And if you like this recipe, then like it, and make sure you subscribe so you never miss a recipe or a food for thought or anything else that we're sharing here in the Clean and Delicious camp. If you want to print this recipe, head on over to cleananddelicious.com, and thank you so much for watching. I'm Danny Spees, and I will see you next time with some more clean and deliciousness. Cheers. Cheers. Raise the roof, everybody, raise the roof. This is how a mom dances when she's eating shrimp and green beans. Done.